the start. Nobody else has joined, but we're gonna kick in, and if anybody joins, that just let them in as the meeting goes on. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with the introduction of what this project is about. This is the Bend Creek Septic to Sewer Improvement Project. In short, septic to sewer projects with us are where a road neighborhood has petitioned the county to have public sewer added to a neighborhood that is pretty much predominantly on septic tanks. So if you're not here for Bend Creek Septic to Sewer, you might be in the wrong meeting. Next slide, please. And so as part of it, I am Kerry Williams. I am Deputy Director for ECMS. And it's truly a privilege to have you guys here tonight. Next slide, please. I want to also extend greetings to District 1 Commissioner Robert Patrick and Super District Commissioner Ted Terry. I don't think either of those commissioners are here, or do they have representatives here? I don't think so. So we're going to keep moving. If they join in, I will pause briefly to let them say a word if they choose to do so. But other than that, we're going to keep moving. Next slide, please. And here's a little scope meeting agenda. It'll be myself speaking. Of course, Ms. Cassandra Marshall will speak on the solution. Mr. Banasad, who's the project manager for this, is responsible for design and construction project manager, Mr. Mathis, then Ms. Marshall and Ms. Penny will tell you how to get information as this project proceeds. Next slide, please. Again, I'm Kerry Williams, Deputy Director ECMS, and I'm going to tell you a little bit more about the functions of ECMS, DWM, what we do on a daily basis, leading up to the presentation about Bend Creek Septic Sewer. Next slide, please. So what is it we do? We maintain and operate the county's water and sewer system, distribution and collection, if you want to call it that. We operate 2 wastewater treatment plants, both located in the southern part of the county. Most of the northern flows are received in Atlanta by the R.M. Clayton wastewater plant. We have 1 water treatment plant in DeKalb County, which is the Scott Candler plant, located in the Gwinnett Bolton border in the northern part. It's not even in DeKalb County. We need another one. And so we also maintain a network of pipes, underground things that you can't see, as well as water tanks, pump stations, you name it. Some things you can see, some things you can't. Next slide, please. The schematic you see here is a typical layout of how your home is connected to our sewer system. We have the sewer lines, which run predominantly in the street. You may be one of the people that have, some of them run behind your house. Again, this septic sewer, so you probably don't have one at all. But they run predominantly in the street, which I think this one is going to be placed. And from there, you will have the laterals, the little thing you see in your yard with the little cap on it that connects to the sewer. And so if that little cap, please don't take the lawnmower and hit it. That gets water into our system, which we call I&I, and we treating rainwater, and it's expensive to do that. I advise you don't put grease in there, and they say disposable wipes. Don't put disposable wipes because they are not. They do not degrade, and they end up at the wastewater plant because they do not degrade like toilet paper does. Next slide, please. So why is DeKalb County replacing or repairing? We're not doing neither one in this case. In this case, we are actually adding a sewer system to this neighborhood that is predominantly on septic tank. That's why we call this a septic to sewer. In some cases, we do replace, but in this case, this is septic to sewer. So we are adding to the network a brand new section of sewer lines to the system. That way, you may not currently be you probably got a septic tank. You're not required through this to connect to the sewer, but in case your septic tank fails, I can tell you now, if there's public sewer in front of your house, the health department will not allow you to redo your septic tank if there's public sewer there. They will require you to connect to public sewer if it's there available in front of you. And this is great because if you're selling your house, it's a benefit to have public sewer running in front of your house, knowing that if your septic tank drain field fails, you do have a option right there in front of you. Next slide, please. This is a makeup of the teams that will be assisting DWM. We have AECOM, Jacobs, Tetra Tech. They will serve as inspectors, making sure that everything in your neighborhood goes well while the construction is going on. These will be people you can actually report to. They will give us updates as well. Next slide, please. So I'm going to now turn this over to Ms. Cassandra Marshall, where she can tell you about the solution, which I sort of done talked so much, I done told you about it. So I'm going to shut myself off and let Ms. Cassandra Marshall take over. She's the Assistant Director for Capital Improvements for the county. So Ms. Marshall, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Kerry. Good evening, everyone. Again, my name is Cassandra Marshall. I'm the Assistant Director for Watershed Management over the Capital Improvement Program. I am responsible for the construction management staff and the overseeing the contractor who is going to perform the work. Next slide. So in early 2024, the Board of Commissioners approved a new capital plan for $4.27 billion for projects to be completed from 2025 to 2034. The Bend Creek Septic to Sewer project is a $4 million project, which is included within that plan. So what is a capital improvement project? It's a project that helps maintain or improve an asset. In this instance, it will be a new construction. Since you have only septic systems there, we will be installing a new sanitary sewer system for your use. My team, the capital improvement team, which consists of inspectors and construction managers, are responsible for overseeing the work. My team includes 4 DWM construction managers and 12 licensed inspectors. Later in the presentation, you will hear from the DWM construction manager for this project, Mr. Danny Mathis. He has over 37 years of construction experience. He's a licensed water professional, and he's in erosion control certified. Also, along with in-house staff, we're supported by consultant firms who help us assist with the construction management and supervise inspections. After the completion of this project, these improvements will last a minimum of 70+ years. Next slide. Next up, you will hear about the project scope from the technical project manager, Mr. Keon Banyasad.
Good evening and welcome. My name is Keon Banyasad. I'm the technical project manager and septic to sewer coordinator for DWM. Next slide, please. In April 2023, we started sending out the petitions for this project. After we received 51% approval from the affected property owners, we appeared before the board and got their approval to move forward with the project. After that, we did a survey of the area and finalized the design. In October 2024 to 2026, September 2026, we're going to commence with the project, install the sewer line that is designed, and then finalize the restoration of the construction site. Next slide, please. As part of this project, or the planned work includes about 2,300 linear foot of 8-inch pipe. We also installed 12 new manholes, and we are using conventional open cut and jack and bore for this project. There are about 30 homes that would be affected, and we would provide a stub out for the new sewer connections. that the property owners would be responsible to hire their own contractors or plumbers to connect to those sub-out. Next slide, please. At this point, I invite Mr. Mattis to talk to you about the construction phase. Thank you.
Danny, if you speaking, you're on mute.
Sorry about that. Hello again. My name is Danny Mathis. I'm the construction project manager for the Ben Creek project from septic to sewer. Next slide. All right, Ben Creek septic to sewer construction overview. Boots on the ground is my inspection team. We'll be responsible for all construction activity. We ensure that erosion control, sedimentation controls are in place prior to start digging. We'll ensure proper installation of pipes is installed. We'll handle customer complaints. We'll coordinate with other municipalities. We'll also ensure safety measures are taken throughout the project. Next slide. Methods of construction. We're going to have two methods. We have a jack and bore and an open cut trench excavation. With the open bore, or with the jack and bore, we'll have to dig a receiving pit and a pushing pit to pull the pipe through without disturbing the top of the ground. So we'll be actually doing some trenchless digging. The open cut is just a traditional method of pipeline construction repair or replacement. It's the most economical method of construction to achieve the county's desired results for sewer main installation. We also provide service best suited to the scope of this project. Next slide. Duration of project. Today is August 26th. This is the community meeting. So we'll start mobilization the week of September the 2nd. We'll start our salt survey and salt cutting the road the week of September the 8th. We'll start sewer installation the week of the 15th. We'll start our beginning milling and paving May 26th, and final completion would be September 26th. So essentially, the project will last a year. Next slide. All right, before construction, you see how we're digging a hole. We got a trench box in there for the men to be safe so the ditch don't cave in on them. They're actually entering the hole by way of a ladder. We're going right down the middle of the road. So this is part of the construction and the installation. Pitch on the right is the restoration. Because we went down the middle of the road without new installation of pipe, we're gonna pave the road back from curb to curb. Next slide. Again, you'll hear from Ms. Cassandra Marshall.
Thank you, Danny. I will now address community concerns and what you should expect. Next slide. First, there are going to be inconveniences with the pipe going down the center of the road. We will have some lane closures. Please be aware, though, even though you're going to have inconveniences, these are short-term interruptions that will provide long-term results for you and your community. Once we replace the pipe in the area, these improvements should last a minimum of 70+ years. There's going to be a lot of construction traffic, foot and vehicles. Construction workers, surveyors, county employees will be throughout your community. However, they should have some type of county badge to let you know that they are working for DeKalb County. They're also going to be parking. They will be parked alongside the streets in your community. There will also be material and equipment deliveries by means of large tractor trailers. However, the contractor will provide flaggers and the crews that will guide these large vehicles in and out of the communities. Our typical work hours are from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. However, in high-impact residential areas, the contractor will only be digging from 8 to 5. And lastly, the contractor must minimize dust control. If silt is on the street, the contractors must keep the street swept and cleaned daily. Next slide. Another form of community awareness, we put up project signs. The sign at the bottom left of your screen is an example of a sign we require our contractors to install prior to starting work in the areas. These signs are to be placed in the view of line of traffic on every street impacted at a minimum of 72 hours prior to the start of construction. And on the bottom right hand is an example of a generic county contractor sign that will be placed on unmarked company or county vehicles. Other vehicles will have their company logos, and all cars on the project site must be marked or identifiable as a security measure to you and your community. Next slide. Next up, you will hear from the Public Relations Manager, Ms. Alicia Penny.
Thank you, Cassandra, and good evening, everyone. My name is Alicia Penny, and I'm the Public Relations Manager. And tonight, I will be sharing with you how we will communicate with you and partner with you throughout this project. Next slide, please. Ahead of tonight's meeting, you would have received a notification letter, like the one pictured here to the far left, notifying you about the project and letting you know about tonight's meeting and how to participate with our meeting tonight. Going forward, 48 to 72 hours ahead of any major work that's going to be done, you will receive a door hanger like the one that is shown here, with a notification and letting you know exactly what's going to be happening with the project. We also would like to communicate with you through email. And so we ask that if you could please place your email address in the chat, we can collect those email addresses and we will be sending out regular project email updates or on and letting you know exactly how far along the project is going. Next slide, please. Now I want to talk to you about touch points, the different ways that we will connect with you. Of course, we have the project hotline, which was listed on the notification letter that you received. You can call that 1-800 number or send an email, and someone from the outreach team will follow up with you to answer any of your concerns or questions. We also have a dedicated web page for this project that is listed under the Capital Improvements Program on our watershed website. We will use social media with posts about the project, news releases, which is what we used ahead of this meeting to announce that we would be having this meeting and about the project. And finally, there's a weekly county newsletter called the DeKalb Dispatch. And there will be information included in that as well about the project. Next slide, please. Here we have the QR codes for Nextdoor, Facebook, Twitter, which is now X. We do have a YouTube channel, which is where this actual presentation will be listed or will be posted, excuse me. CIP projects, tonight's presentation will be posted under the Bend Creek page, project page. And that's where we also have information such as the project map, FAQs, notification letters, anything that's going out, even the project emails as we go along, those will all be posted there. And these are our QR codes for all of those. So I'll pause for just a minute. Okay, next slide, please. I mentioned previously about the project information line. It's listed here. It's a 1-800 number, and between 8 and 5, Monday through Friday, that number is monitored, and people will return your call within 24 to 48 hours. Here we have listed other key contacts for the project, their email addresses and phone numbers. And finally, and most importantly, if something takes place outside of normal business hours in the evenings or on weekends, we ask that you use our department dispatch emergency line, which is a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week line. And here's the phone number and email address that is manned. We have dispatch operators that will answer your call 24/7 at that number and provide any assistance that you may need outside of normal business hours. Next slide, please. And with that, this concludes our presentation for tonight. If we will now move into our question and answer period. If you do have questions, we ask that you place those questions in the chat, and we can pull those questions from the chat and address them.
Alicia, I see no questions in the chat.
Thank you, Brenda. Do we have any questions? Okay, I'm going to turn it back over to Mr. Williams.
All right, one more, going once, going twice. Any questions? Once, twice. All right.
Yes, I do see a question from Miss Ruth. She said, can you speak about the tie-in process quickly? The tie-in process.
Oh, the tie-in process itself? Okay, the tie-in process for septic to sewer. Okay, the public sewer. Ken, you want to speak on this, or you want me to do it?
I can if you want.
I'm gonna let you do it.
Basically, yeah, thank you, Kerry. Basically, we provide a stub-out at the property line, and it is the property owner's responsibility to hire a contractor or plumber to connect their house to that stub-out that we provide. And that's basically the process.
Well, they can only do that once we are fully installed the pipe, because
Correct.
as we're going,
Absolutely.
we are running a stub out. So
No, a stub-out is installed as part of the project after the main sewer lines are installed.
no, it's not afterward, it's during.
I mean, same. Yes, you are absolutely right.
I just don't want nobody to think they could connect to it without us being finished.
No, absolutely. You are absolutely right.
Somebody put in there, some more questions are coming.
Another question is, can you show us the timeline again? The timeline again.
Do you want to speak on this, Danny, or I can just to explain why we have these-long durations? And I guess I would put it in perspective to our Kahili project. You never know, in virgin ground where we're putting in pipe deep, we could hit rock. So these are estimated completion. It could happen quicker if it happens to be, the soils are okay and it's not rock and we had to hammer, or it maybe even blast. It could happen quicker, 6 to 8 months. But we're projecting a long completion time, just in case, things happen, weather delays, site conditions, any of that. So a year should probably be the max. I would say 6 to 8 months is probably the general range of completing the project.
Do we have any other questions?
No other questions at the moment.
There are no other questions. Then I want to thank everyone again for attending this virtual meeting for the Bend Creek Septic to Sewer project. And you have contact information should questions arise. You have the information where you can contact individuals regarding this project. But with that, I want to thank you and wish you all a good night. Thanks, everybody.